What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I recently posted a video of a deep L-sit straight bar dip and it looked a little something like this. So coming up, we're going to go down into that L-sit nice and deep in that straight bar dip and then pressing up. Now what I'm going to do is explain the movement. So when we think of a muscle up, we're coming from that low position, we're coming up, getting that transition, and then getting that press. Now, very rarely will you see somebody from a muscle up position come all the way up and there being very little to no transition coming here to come up, all right? A lot of advanced athletes do that. So most of the time, people are gonna come up, they're gonna be here, and then they're gonna get that transition here, and then they're gonna press up. The lowest part of that straight bar dip is here, right? But when we think of straight bar dips as an exercise, as its solo entity, we generally come up to our belly button, right? This is how you see most people do straight bar dips. The whole purpose of a straight bar dip is to get a different variation of a dip, as opposed to it being parallel, we're now internally rotated, correct? So when you combine that with a muscle up, and you do it as a solo entity, you're actually missing out on the sticking point of the exercise. And the sticking point of the exercise is down here. Because when you do the muscle up, you transition and it's here. But very rarely do we train in this position. So the whole purpose of this exercise is to go straight down into that sticking point and press up. Now, do you need to do an L-sit? No, you don't. The whole purpose of me doing an L-sit was so that I don't hit the ground, okay? From a high bar, yes, you don't need to do the L-sit. So let's see how that would look on a high bar. So I'm gonna do a muscle up, you're gonna see that sticking point, and then I'll walk you guys through how it would look like on a high bar. So look, when you look at a muscle up, generally this is the sticking point. People get stuck here, and they generally go back down. So a regular straight bar dip, we're going to our abs or belly button and pressing up. A deep straight bar dip would be coming all the way to that sticking point. Again, I did it with an L-sit. I'm human too, make that mistake. So here, and press. Go all the way down, nice and deep, and press. Now, that is very, very, very aggressive on the shoulders. So make sure you warm up prior to doing these. So again, going back to purpose, I'm very big on purpose when it comes to training. If there is no purpose, then you probably don't have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then there is no point. So always make sure that there's a purpose behind everything you do. I noticed that I was really stuck on between 5 and 10 muscle ups. And I was really trying to break down the movement and understand how I can go outside the box and think of breaking the movement down to making myself better. Yes, I can do a pull-up. Yes, I can do an explosive pull-up. Yes, I can work on the muscle-up transition. Yes, I can do straight bar dips. So I was trying to pinpoint what and where I could get better that would make the muscle-up a lot more efficient without just having to constantly do muscle-ups. And for me, it was working on not only the straight bar dip, but the deep part of the straight bar dip. How's that worked for me? 100,000,000%, because now I'm consistently doing between 10 and 14 muscle ups. So let's go back into the movement. And again, I prefer just using a low bar because then I can save energy when it comes to executing the movement properly and just jumping into it from here. And again, I do that L-sit because I don't want to hit the ground, but also it's just a bonus because it stabilizes me because I can hold this position and press. It does look like a movement that's very unconventional, probably because it is. But if you're a calisthenic athlete, give it a try. Why not? Because you never know, it might just take your game to the next level. I'm not here claiming that this is the end or be all greatest exercise ever. I just found it to be beneficial for my muscle ups. Doing this exercise won't get you a muscle up. That's a whole different story. But I've been enjoying this exercise because obviously it's been not only helping my muscle ups, but it's also giving me those shoulder gains. Until the next one, peace.